It's Beth with H. Lee Inspired. Let's learn how to make a baby seahorse.
You will need 2 colors of yarn, a 22-pin circular knitting machine, tapestry needle, safety eyes or black yarn for embroidering eyes, polyfiller stuffing, and an optional key ring. Begin by casting on and working 50 rows in your main color yarn. Now cast off. With your tapestry needle and a new piece of yarn, count up 12 stitches from the bottom and create a drawstring all the way around. Now cinch your drawstring tight, tie a knot, and fasten off. Now moving to the top of your tube, thread your needle through the yarn tail from the top of the body. Take the yarn tail and pull it through the inside center of the body and out the bottom. This will double up the body tube. Secure your tails with a knot, fasten off, and trim your tails. Now working from the folded edge on the top, count down 10 stitches from the top and with a new piece of yarn create a drawstring all the way around. This will create the separation from the head and the body. Now fill the body section with stuffing and cinch your drawstring tight, fasten off, and weave in your tails. Grab a new piece of yarn and pick up every other stitch along the top folded edge. This will create the drawstring to close the top of the head. Now we need to create your snout. Cast on and work 5 rows in your main color yarn, then cast off. To create your snout, cinch both ends closed. You can add a little bit of stuffing if you prefer, but I noticed that because of how small the snout is, you really don't need any. Before closing the top of the head, we will sew on the snout. Place your snout where you would like it, and then mattress stitch all the way around in a circle until you get back to the beginning. Fasten off with a knot and weave in your yarn tails. Now grab your safety eyes and secure them just above the snout. Once you have them secured, grab a small amount of stuffing and fill your head. Once you are satisfied with the amount of stuffing in the head, cinch the drawstring closed, fasten it off, and weave in your yarn tails. Now we need to form the tail. You're going to fold the edges in and then roll the tail up to the body, securing it with stitches. Fasten it off and weave in your yarn tails. To make the coronet for the top of the head, you're going to cast on and work 8 rows in contrast color. Now cast off your machine. To make the coronet, cinch both ends so that they are somewhat closed. Then pull one end within itself and cinch it tight to close. Tie it off with a knot, but do not cut the yarn. You will use the yarn to sew it closed. Now, fold your coronet in half, making it into a half circle. Using your yarn tails, bring your yarn over to the corner. Now mattress stitch from one corner all the way around to the other corner and secure it with a knot. Using a long piece of matching yarn, wrap the yarn around the center of the half circle and cinch slightly. Now wrap the yarn around the center of the right section, cinch slightly, and then wrap the yarn around the center of the left section, cinch slightly, and secure it with a knot. This will create the bumps for your coronet. Now find the center top of the head and sew the coronet on. If it is easier for you, use a bobby pin or a stitch marker to mark the center so that you get it straight down the head. To make the dorsal fin, cast on and work 10 rows in your contrast color. Now cast off. Cinch both ends so that they are somewhat closed. Then pull one end within itself and cinch it tight to close. Tie it off with a knot, but do not cut the yarn. You will use the yarn to sew it closed. Now fold your fin in half, making a half circle. Mattress stitch to close, and then secure with a knot. Now line your dorsal fin down the center back and mattress stitch it onto the body. Secure it with a knot, fasten off, and weave in all your yarn tails. You are now finished making your baby seahorse.
I hope you enjoyed this pattern, and I hope that you will come back to create other knitting machine babies with me. I have several other sea creatures coming your way. Also, if you would like to stay up to date on what's new, I will link in the description of this video all of my social media outlets. I do tend to be on Instagram more than anything, so if you would like to find the latest information about what's happening with my patterns, go to Instagram and follow me at HLeeInspired. Have a great day, guys.